Hi, welcome back to Plagowski Pins and Collectibles. And today I have a hugely, and when I mean huge, I mean 400 plus pin, privately purchased pin collection. Coming up next. So for this box of pins that I bought, there's 424 in this box, and this is from a private pin collection. I purchased this off of Facebook Marketplace. I got it from a buyer out of Quebec. I paid probably top end of what I like to pay for pins at around 60 cents a piece. I like to pay somewhere, well, obviously the cheaper the better, but I like to pay kind of like 55 cents is kind of my top end. So at 61 cents a piece, this is getting up there. But I did see some pins in here that I thought were really interesting. If I recall, there are first responder type pins, ambulance, fire, police. There's a few Olympics pins, some Coca-Cola pins. So there's a number of pins in here that might be really interesting and I think might actually resell quite well. What is really funny and interesting is since I started my pin collecting and pin reselling business on eBay, is that typically the pins that do really well are like the really weird ones that you would never think would sell. And sometimes it's these like municipal pins, like of municipalities, of cities, which is really interesting because you would never think that those would really sell, but they do. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to sharing this with you. I've not opened these. These have been in quarantine for the past week. Obviously, we live in a time when I need to put things in quarantine and make sure that they're safe to handle once I open. So it's been about a week, so whatever COVID is in there now is gonzo likely. So I'm not too stressed about that, and I'll wash my hands when I'm done all of this anyway. So let's get started. This is a little bit of a weird angle, and the lighting is really crappy, but just to show you that I'm going to be opening up the box to see what we got going on in here. Wow! So let me just show you how this is packaged. I'm going to turn the camera around. And you can see how it's packaged. Pins are all put in between on cardboard pieces, which is amazing because that means they're all protected. So let's pull these out and see what we got going on. So we're gonna just take them all out. Ooh, check that out. Wow. Amazing. So we have all of the pin backs, which is amazing because the last lot of pins that I bought, the person actually did not give me all the pin backs. They put everything in cardboard, but then didn't give me the pin back. So anyway, so that's really good. I don't have to buy more of these. All right, had to bring the lighting down to be able to see these better. These are all pins that are, they're Excalibur pins. Here, I'll show you this one here. I'm gonna bring it. And they are of Tintin. So I don't know if you know the story of Tintin, but these are all characters from the Tintin world, if you will. These are not pin backs from the perspective of having the round pin backs. They're actually pin backs in that they have those kinds of pin backs, but that's okay. They're all of these are in pretty decent condition. Let's see if I can take one of these plastic containers off. No, I guess not. I don't know any of the characters, but I do know that Tintin, this guy here, is very popular and probably pretty collectible. So I'm going to try to sell this group of pins, and I'm going to do some research online to see just what they're worth. But they've got to be worth something because Tintin has a niche market, if you will, of popularity. So we'll have to see. Now there's 4 pins on this board. We've got a Coca-Cola pin, radar. Oh, that must be like a radar company. Anyway, I just think that's really cool. It's like a police officer doing the radar for speeding. And you have some Coca-Cola pins here, which are not super collectible, but collectible. There are collectors out there who collect Coca-Cola pins, and there are specific collectors who collect Coca-Cola Olympic pins. These look like they're in pretty good condition. They don't look like they're too damaged, which is good. There's a little bit of scuffing on this one. There's a little mark on the enamel, but for the most part, they look really good. Now this page kind of excites me, and I'll tell you why. And it's not just all the Coca-Cola, but in particular, what I really love is this. I mean, look at this Ottawa police pin. It's huge. I mean, this is the size of my hand. I'm gonna bring it out a little bit so you can see. Like, look at the size of my hand compared to this pin. It's huge. Double pin back, completely intact. It's a beautiful looking pin. So we've got the Ottawa police pin. We've got all of these Polar Bear Coca-Cola pins, which is fine. You've got the Vancouver Olympic pins. These Coca-Cola pins, when they're complete, do have some value to them. Let's see here. We've got police pin from LaSalle. We've got Cincinnati Reds, Rockies, Coca-Cola pin. In pretty good condition. There's a little bit of scratching on the surface here, but overall it looks pretty good. Sheriff Department, Shelby. I love these police pins, and I think they're going to do super well. I'm going to turn this around here so you can see. Look at these beautiful police pins. They're absolutely gorgeous. Like, look at this. Like, I'm going to grab this here and bring it close. Like, the last of the finest. I just love these. I love police pins. I think they're beautiful. These police on motorcycle pins should do really well as well. Kind of stoked about that. We've got Kingston Police, Correctional Services Badge, Kodiak Police in Alaska. We've got Kentucky State Police. Let's take this pin here and show you Kentucky State Police pin here. A little bit of scuffs on the enamel, but to be expected when you have a collection this large. But look at this. Look at this guy here. Look at this pin. It's beautiful. Mohawk Warriors pin. Beautiful. So these are absolutely gorgeous police pins. Now, I've already sold a police pin. They do pretty well online. I should have no problems selling these police pins. Okay, so we have more gorgeous pin backs here. We've got the International Police Association pins, Toronto. We've got all sorts of different kinds. Look at this. This is beautiful. This is a cute one here. I love this guy. He's so adorable. Look at that. We've got airplane pins and police badge pins. We've got the police officer himself. I mean, look at these. These are beautiful. I have to say, of all the pin collections I've gotten so far, this is the one that excites me the most because I have one collection that has a bunch of city pins that did really, really well as things are selling. But this here, like these pins with these fire trucks and ambulances, you know, chief pins and all these airlines and city fire department pins. I mean, honestly, I love these. I mean, look at this. Official mascot. This is cute. My goodness. Absolutely amazing. I even found one here. Look, California State Police. Do you remember the State Trooper Police? Do you remember CHIPS? Oh, that's aging me. There's an old TV show called CHIPS, the California Highway Patrol. I wish I had one of those, let me tell you. But look at that. Dedicated to service. And there's the flag of California. Beautiful. Absolutely love that. The last sheet, I didn't count them for sure to guarantee that I got the 424 or what have you, but look at these. Okay, these are upside down. Let's turn this around. All right, so these are almost all fire rather. So we've got a lot of fire trucks, different kinds. We've got some that are specific to certain firehouses like Wasaga Beach here, which is in Ontario, Canada. Baie-Comeau, which is in Quebec. Châteauguay, also in Quebec. There's the Ville de Hull, which is on the Gatineau side, right near Ottawa. And we've got all of these different this is kind of neat. This is a ladder truck. That's really cool. And then we've got all of these different fire department insignias and more trucks. And of course, right in the middle here, we have this like Caserne 50, which is like a caserne means firehouse, but it looks like a 50 beer bottle advertisement, which is really quite funny to see. Just going to pan a little bit to show you these amazingly detailed and beautiful pins that I've gotten here. I am totally enamored by these. I particularly love these pins because they're so detailed and they have a really kind of nice look to them overall. Here we've got a number of Dalmatian fire dogs. There's a couple of them actually. People do collect those. Oh, and here we got a fireman's boot. I love that. That is so different. I've not seen a fireman's boot before in the form of a pin. I think that's really cool. And here we have, down here we have the axe and the hose, which amazing, right? We've got a couple firefighters here talking to each other. I do love this guy too. The Dalmatian pin, but with the fire hydrant in the back is so cute. So I just want to come back to this line of police pins, which I think is really neat because I wanted to show you. I've got this guy here on the bicycle. Not something you see every day from a pin perspective, but look at all those different, like the details with the spokes and so on. And the enamel's in great condition. I mean, all of these pins are in pretty awesome condition, I gotta say. Some of my favorite pins, though, I have to tell you, and they tend to be the ones that sell really well as well, are the ones that look like badges. So these guys here, like this one here is a double pin back badge. City of New York Board of Education Peace Officer badge. I mean, look at that. It's gorgeous. Who wouldn't want this in their collection if they're collecting police badges, right? I'm gonna bring these guys back up as well. So on this one here, we have a bunch of motorcycle police officers. There's your California Highway Patrol I was talking about earlier. He's not from California. He's just some generic cop on a motorcycle, but I actually think that's really cool. And then we've got correctional services. We've got police officer at Los Angeles. So this is really neat. It's the Los Angeles Police Department. A badge pin. Isn't that cool? I mean, seriously, look at that. That's amazingly beautiful. It's got some good weight to it as well, which is really neat. And then we've got police forces, like the airplanes of the police forces here. Oh, I love this one. This is quite neat too. The Edmonton Law Enforcement Games, Edmonton 1990. Look at that. That is so neat. That, again, something... Oh, and it's got the official L Games Mr. Pinman ink. Nice. Beautiful. Okay, so I'll do one last pan of all of these pins. These are amazing. I mean, look at that. Sheesh. That is a huge lot of pins. I'm actually pretty excited about these because police pins, I've sold a number of them now, and the last police pin I sold, I had paid, I think, 13 cents for, and I turned around and sold it for like $5. The thing with these pins is that, and it's like what I've said before in other videos, as long as you're willing to sit with pins for a while in inventory, you know, eventually they will sell. On the low end, these pins should sell for about $3, but on the high end, some of these pins could sell as much as $10 a piece. But if the average price is, let's say, $4 a pin, if I were to sell every single one of these pins, the potential for profit in this lot is $1,400. Now, obviously that's not going to get realized until they've all sold, and it could take a very long time before they do. That's kind of the reason why us pin resellers tend to have really large inventories in our stores, because you need to continually buy to sell to make money with these pins. So they will sit in inventory for a while because it does take a particular buyer for some of these pins. But at 61 cents a piece, if I sell them for $4 a piece, then I'm making, even after fees, it's still $1,000 potentially in profit. So I really think that investing in these private pin lots is kind of where it's at. I recently sold a Disney pin. Unless you're actually buying Disney pins from like the Character Warehouse or some place where you're getting them at a reduced price, the margins are just so low that the minute you sell them on eBay, the fees eat up whatever margin you have, and you maybe make 50 cents on a pin, which is what happened to me the other day, actually. I sold a limited edition pin that I had gotten online on eBay, and I think I ended up walking away with 50 cents in my pocket. So it's not worth the effort of listing those pins if your return on investment is 50 cents. But with these pins, my return on investment is typically between $2 and $5 a pin. You sell 1,000 pins, and that's a good amount of money, right, in your pocket. So I feel like this is a numbers game with pin reselling, but it's fun. It's part of the treasure hunt again. Like I've said before, definitely thrift shops and private sales, lots are the way to go. And so I just keep having fun collecting and buying and selling, and it's fun. It's just plain old fun for me. So, and remember that most of these private pin lots get listed in my eBay store. So if there's anything you ever see that you might be remotely interested in, hit the link down below to the eBay store, and if the item is still there, it could be yours. Anyway, thanks again for watching Plagowski Pins and Collectibles and watching today's exposure of our 424 pin lot that I bought online. And I look forward to future videos just like this. As I've stated before, you may want to subscribe because there will be further unboxings and sharing of pin lots that I get. I still love my Disney pins, and I still buy them in large collections, and I will still do blind boxes. I have a Kawaii blind box coming from Japan that I'm expecting any day now. And I also have a blind box from Main Street Mail coming for the month of November. It's supposed to be here sometime in December, so it's been shipped. Should be here in the next week or so. And as soon as I get that, I'll be sharing that with you on this channel as well. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.